So if you want to know how to create effortless power, you need to watch this lesson.
I'd like to be able to like swing at it, you know, like hit it. Okay, that's good.
Ali came for a golf lesson and she was struggling with the driver. She was leaving a driver out to the right, slicing it, and definitely losing a lot of distance no matter how much effort she put into it. We did two things to help her. Number one was we showed her how to square the club face up. But the second one, which really helped her with her power, was we showed her how to build her backswing just like the pros would. It's as though now you're using higher gears in the car as opposed to higher revs.
Just like, oh,
okay,
I'll just hit it like.
Plus, if you are struggling with your game and you want some help from myself and Andy, you need to try our game assessment. It's totally free, it's 7 questions, it takes 90 seconds to do, and the best part with this is, we'll show you exactly where you're going wrong with your game, and most importantly, how to fix it. Let's get started. First thing I want to do is look at your setup. There's something in the setup that I don't quite like. So if you take your setup for me, what I'm seeing is we're seeing this arch in the lower back. We call that S posture. Now, we actually did a screen on this to see how good you were at flattening that off and moving that around. We found that it was a little bit uncomfortable. It sort of shook a lot, so there's maybe something going on with the core, but ultimately, it did suggest that you could naturally stand that way. Yeah. So here's the deal. If we stand with this S posture like this, it could cause a problem with how we move the middle of our body in our golf swing. It could cause a few different things as well, but it could directly affect how we pivot our body. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the analysis in a moment, and it actually could be doing that from what I can see from the videos. But just take your setup for me if you could. No ball required. What I want you to do, the pelvic tilt exercise we did before, I want you to have a go at that again for me. So arch the back a bit more for me, good, and then round it under. Good, you can see that little bit of that shake. Now arch it again. Now round under even more if you can. Okay, good, and then arch it. Now see if you can find the one in the middle. That's actually pretty good. So this now is actually a lot nearer to perhaps how we would like it. Now the thing for you, anyone watching this as well, when Ali does this, she's really slim around here. So there may naturally be that slight bit of arch, but actually that's actually really good.
Feels like my core is less engaged.
It feels like it's less engaged now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because generally when we arch the back a lot and then try and tense your abs, you won't actually feel it. Yeah. So maybe when you're arching it, maybe there's something in the glutes that you're feeling.
Maybe, yeah.
But
that's interesting. It almost feels like when I go to that more like neutral, I've just like let it go.
So think of this. You arch and you're kind of back here with the butt. Sure. When you flatten it off, obviously the butt comes forward, and maybe that's you just like switching this area off and how it feels in your mind. Yeah, yeah. So let's see if we can flatten it, but actually feel as though the butt doesn't actually go under like this. Basically what it will feel like is that your legs are strong and engaged. Yeah. Okay, start again and do it again. Okay. And then on this one, we're gonna hit it. Okay.
There she is.
There's a slice. The interesting thing with Ali is because she obviously, you know, she's been working with us for about a year now, I would say. She kind of knows what's going on. So I'm like, what?
Almost 2.
Okay, that makes sense. It is about that. Wow. So she knows what's going on a lot already, even though she's not a golf coach. She's watched us do a lot of this stuff. Okay, just let you relax just a little. Okay. It's interesting, whatever we've done now, by changing that, we've taken her focus away from whatever she was doing before, which was hitting it straight, because those last two have obviously been big slices.
It almost feels like I'm like reaching for it now.
Interesting. So you feel like you need to reach, or you feel like you are?
Like I feel like because it has changed my setup, obviously, like previously my arms were just out a little bit more farther and unnaturally. And now when I'm like this, it kind of feels like I'm too far.
Interesting.
If that makes any sense.
If we think about what you've done, if we think about the reality of it, so we're asking you to get, so you're arching this way, by doing this and rounding it off, you're bringing the front part here back a little bit. So you're probably bringing it back about an inch, which is enough for you to feel, hang on, I'm reaching for it potentially. Yeah, yeah. But I'd like you to keep the same distance from the ball if you could. Okay. I believe that when we work at your golf swing, we'll be looking to make sure the posture is good, but if I have to forsake the posture a little bit to get the move down better in the golf swing, I don't want you going away with a great posture and hitting it crap.
Me either.
That's not gonna, that wasn't a good lesson, yeah?
No, thank you.
No.
Okay.
Set yourself up again. How does that feel right now as far as distance from the ball? Does that feel okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's nice. And by the way, that now, when I'm looking at your posture there, looks really good.
Okay.
All right, so let's have a look at this. You right there? This is the original swing before we changed the posture. So you can see you've got this arch there. So you can see, obviously, if we think about that lower back, can be a problem for sure.
Yeah.
There's two things that I really want to look at here. What I was expecting you to do on the way down here, based on the last time I saw you, I was expecting that club to come down miles over the top. And as we can see there, the club head is now behind the hands.
Yeah.
So the work we did with the iron, 100% helped you for this lesson and got it ready. The issue that I'm looking at here, though, is look at this club face.
Yeah.
So we measure the leading edge. She knows what we're looking for here. That club face, for me, it looks a little open.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this in the iron lesson as well when you're playing softball, how you would lead in like this. So you'd lead in with the back of the hand, leave the face wide open, as opposed to rotating the face down like that, yeah? So that still concerns me. So what we're going to do, we're going to do some work to see if we can drastically close the face more and just see what happens. More of an exaggeration, and then we can go from there. And then the next thing we're going to look at is how you pivot in the way back. So if I just draw this line on here on the hips, on the right leg, our backswing line, as you know. So as you swing back, you can see it looks nice. You're tilted behind the golf ball, ready to launch it in the air. As you swing back, look how the right leg moves in. It moves in off that red line, yeah?
Yes.
Now, you probably know this as well. If I were to draw another line on here, if I were to put that on your lead shoulder and then draw it straight down vertically, we'd ideally like that line to be nearer the right leg.
Yeah.
So what's happening is that your upper body is kind of moving in kind of that direction at the top.
Yes.
Okay. Then as a result, on the way down, you're looking pretty good, but then you really have to sort of try and find a way then. So you kind of do this.
Yeah.
And then you have to find a way to try and get this move here on the way back.
Definitely.
Now, I'm not too worried about what happens in the downswing, because I think we changed the backswing, we'll change that reaction anyway. But what I am really excited about, you still hit the ball 200 yards in the air, and you're doing it by not loading your trail side that well and having the face wide open. If the face was actually pretty square and neutral, and we're hitting the ball out the center, which sometimes you get out the heel, and we're loading that side there and really understanding how to create speed that way, I mean, you could be pitching it 225 yards. The good thing is as well, I've got a feedback tool that we've used in this, a new app that we've just started using recently. I've already taken some videos on it, and we're going to show you that in a moment, and it's going to be a game changer for you, it really is. So look, if you're moving this way, by not loading this trail side, we're giving up a load of speed, a load of potential distance in your golf shots. And oftentimes we'll see that when we get like this, well, there's a point when we'll kind of have to sort of fall back this way. Yeah. And maybe even sometimes that's why you're hitting the ground before the golf ball as well. Yeah. But ultimately you can't be as consistent as you want there. Yeah. What we want to see is this lead shoulder getting more over that trail side with the driver. Yeah. So getting that lead shoulder over the trail knee is going to be a real nice sort of checkpoint for us. That's what we're going to be working towards in a moment. Okay. First things first though, we've got to get the club face stronger. Yeah. We're going to put the magic bag in. This is the ball. We're going to address it. And you've seen us do this. Your objective from here is just have some gentle swings and get the toe to hit the bag first. Yeah. You would, when you're slicing it, you'd definitely be coming in like this, heel winning the race. So if this was a finish line, we want to get the toe to win the race. So set yourself up. Again, anyone who plays baseball watching this could be you as well. So again, this is just recapping, especially what we saw last time. So when Addie's bringing the club down, she'll bring it in a little bit more like this, pulling the back of the handle that way, leaving the face here wide open. We prefer it to look more like that, wide open, and then kind of almost coming in a bit like this. Yeah. Okay. So set it for me now. All I want you to do, swing back for me, hopefully by putting the toe in the bag first, as opposed to the square face or even the heel, hopefully it'll sort it out here. So if we just focus at this here, it gives us more chance of actually working the club into a better area through here as well, yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Because your intention is going to be to get that toe into the bag.
Yeah.
And from here down to the ball, you've got a split second to do it.
Yeah.
So that is enough time for you to figure it out throughout the whole lot, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
You can't be very specific on when you're trying to get the face square.
Sure.
Other than we just try and close it.
Right. Okay.
So just have some gentle ones to start with. Beautiful, good. Nice, good. What's going to happen now when you hit a shot, do you think? It's
I'm most likely going to pull it to the left.
going to go left, isn't it? And then hopefully the one after that one's going to be a really good one.
Yes.
So do me a favour, toe in the bag. Okay, beautiful. Interesting when you're doing this, it's kind of like you're turning the club this way.
Yeah, I feel that.
So it's almost like, I want you to feel as though you can just get it from the arm.
Doing it with
the
my
right
hands.
arm, the left arm. Just
Okay.
let them work that
Okay.
way. So let's just have a few little mimics to the side here. So you hold on to the club. So just go back a foot. And then from there, as you swing through, just feel this right arm, left arm. They're kind of doing more of the work, but that's staying back and quieter.
Okay.
So if you were to hold it like this, it's almost like I'm doing that kind of shape there as opposed to that.
Yeah, because it definitely feels right now like when I'm trying to close it, I'm trying to close it like that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just, again, don't think about
But it's
speed or
like-
power. Just think about maybe keeping this back a little bit.
Okay.
And then just feel as though the hands and the arms are doing the work. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's definitely different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's have a go hitting the bag with that same move, yeah? Okay, good. And again. Okay, good. Definitely
felt-
loads
Yeah.
better, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and this is good because we sometimes take this for granted. It's like, oh, it's a super bag, we put it down there and the slice just disappears.
Yeah.
But every now and then we do get someone who does it like that. And don't forget, you're really good at rotating. So it makes sense that if I say to you, if I give you freedom to rotate, you go, okay,
Yeah.
and you do
Yeah.
everything. It's almost like, you know, doing that kind of thing. We've got to disassociate
Yeah,
it a little
yeah.
bit. And again, if we think about those drills we were doing earlier, we were trying to disassociate things.
Yes, yeah.
That's what happens in the golf swing. We want one part of the body to do one thing and almost the other part to almost do the opposite.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, let's put a ball in there. That's it, one. Yeah, just do that and we'll be fine.
It feels, that felt very interesting though.
Okay.
Like it felt like I kind of ended it like this. Like, I don't know, it just felt interesting.
Why do you think? Why do you think?
Honestly, probably because I'm not having to think so hard about like compensating to hit the ball straight, like because I'm doing the right things now.
Okay.
I don't have to work as hard at it.
That would make sense, but also we have to understand that it may be down just to the fact that you're just definitely more mindful of this.
Yeah.
And you kind of get to here and go, oh, okay, yeah, the rest of it can do as well.
Yeah.
It's just maybe where you're focusing your attention, which I'm fine with.
Definitely.
Okay,
Okay.
let's have a go again.
Okay.
Without hitting the bag, let's just see if we can hit a few doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, so good. I mean, that's as good as it gets as far as
Okay.
what you've got right now. You do that all the time, we're going to be more than happy.
Yeah. It almost feels like it's too like casual, which like I said, I think it's because I was probably working so hard at like just making good contact so that it would be playable
Yes.
in the past that it just feels like it's too just like, oh,
Okay.
I'll just hit it. Like,
Yes.
I don't know. It's just
That
weird.
makes sense. That makes sense. Have a look at this, by the way. That white one there on the full swing, that was the
Uh-huh.
last shot you just hit.
No way.
It's the
Okay.
furthest carry. So you just carried that one 212 yards.
Okay. Yeah, it would never feel like that. Like I would have definitely guessed I hit that not even close to as far as the others.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it felt like you hit that a lot less distance.
Yeah,
It's as though now you're using higher gears in the
Yeah.
car as opposed to higher revs.
exactly.
So you're not trying to floor it,
Right.
and yet you're being more efficient.
Yeah,
The idea would be, can we get you to floor it and be efficient?
exactly.
That's when people are going to go, oh my God.
Look at that.
Yeah, good. That was good. And there was a half a yard of fade on that one, 2 yards of fade at most. That was just because it probably hit out the heel of the golf
Yeah.
club a little bit.
Okay.
Which is definitely something we need to look at if we're consistently doing that. And I know you can do that, but let's just hit a few more.
Sure.
The one thing with you, I'd be very conscious with the bag getting you to hit it a lot,
Okay.
because I really feel that you would turn into a we said this in the last video, you turn into a hooker really quickly.
We're hiring an HR if anybody has any applications.
In my defense, you said it last time. But the golf ball will definitely start hooking a lot, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. All right. Now, look, if you're not already a subscriber and you're really interested in getting your game better, look, if you hit that subscribe button, I promise you, you are going to get better with your golf game. So give it a click. Shouldn't they, Ali? Look at that for a shot. They got to subscribe, haven't they?
If you want to do that, you have to subscribe.
She did in the last one.
I didn't even see where it went.
It's that white one there, second longest one. So hit me another one. Okay, good. So I think we could say from here that we're pretty comfortable that the club face is a lot better.
Yeah.
There's ever such a slight fade on that one as well, but again, I definitely think there's more of the heel strikes there, which we can look at some point, but I'm very mindful of how much we're going to give you here because I really want to work on this lower body and upper body relationship now. So if you just go and stand over there, it'd be great. You were moving kind of like this. So if we think about it, the right leg was straightening maybe more than we would like.
Yeah.
And your upper body was definitely too much over the middle of your body.
Right.
Now, if we think about it, if you're arching your back a lot, what does this do? It turns off the core.
Yeah.
It could make it a lot harder to have a good pivot and a controlled pivot. So what we're going to be looking at is, can we get good posture? Can we then understand what it feels like to create this loading of the backswing?
Yeah.
So can we get this left shoulder over the trail knee? Just take your setup for me. No golf ball required. So the only thing that maybe I want to look at here is, again, think of percentage. Which foot has got the most weight on it?
It feels pretty even, but I know it should be a little bit more on the right.
Interesting. So it feels pretty even, but what I can see, do that again for me. We can see there's a lot of tilt here. I just want to make sure it's not too much, because if we tilt too much, and then I ask you to load up onto that on that trail side, it might be very difficult.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a look at that as we go through this process as well. Yeah. So do me a favor. You've seen the drill before. We call it the matchup. So set yourself up. Okay. So from there, let's get the shaft to run over the alignment stick on the ground. So rotate back for me. Good. And just keep looking down where the ball would be. Perfect. Let's just do that a few times. Yeah. Thing about this is straight away you're able to get the left shoulder over, which is great. The right leg is staying flexed as well, which I really like, because sometimes obviously it straightens out too much.
Yeah.
Again, in the photo shoot we did last week, we asked her to flex the right leg a bit more and she's done it already. Okay, let's go again. I just want to make sure that we're not sort of doing this, because what I see at the moment is you kind of doing this.
Yeah, I
so you're
feel
sort of
that.
squashing down. Just feel as though it stays the same sort of height, if you could. Okay, so from there, get the club into my hand.
It feels like when I do it more, like you said, kind of as a unit, it's almost a little harder to get there. I think I just need to remember that, like, keeping the flexion in this leg doesn't mean bending it.
Correct, correct. And having it sort of straighten out a little bit is actually really good, and we quite like that in a golf swing. We just don't want it to obviously lock tight. So whenever we get anyone who's doing something like this now, what I want to do, I want to make it harder for you. So, apologies in advance. I'm going to now try and make you fall over. You want to move in this direction. I'm going to try and pull you in that direction, So you're going to have to resist against it, So just put this over you. Let's go with putting it above the knee in this area here, so middle of the thigh, Good?
Yep.
Okay, go into golf stance again for me. Okay, so from there, your job is to not let me win as I pull on that bungee. But I still want you to obviously get this club over the blue stick. Okay, off you go. Okay, good. And again. And I'm going to do varying degrees of pressure when I do this. Okay, good. Again. Yeah, and I'll fake it sometimes. I just won't do a lot. Okay. Let's get golf club in hand. So, let's see what that looks like in the backswing now. Yeah, really good. How good's that? One of the biggest reasons that golfers don't get better is that they don't have great feedback. So the moment you've got a good feedback there, maybe me pulling on the band is helpful, that alignment stick there is good. You know what drills you need to do.
Right.
So we're going to use Swing Coach. You've seen us use this, but Swing Coach is an AI app which is going to isolate whatever I want in Ali's golf swing. And obviously we're talking about the lead shoulder. So at setup, we can see it's highlighted. I'm not worried about it at setup.
Okay.
In the backswing, have a look at that. So you can see that that's there, that the lead shoulder is forward towards a target by 7. I want it in that blue box. I'm going to zoom in.
Yeah.
I want it in that blue box, which kind of makes sense from what we're doing now with the drills.
Yeah.
It's forward by 10 at this stage.
Wow.
So on a sliding scale, it's going to be green when it's good,
Yeah.
and it can only go to 10.
Yeah.
So at this stage here, it doesn't like it.
The worst.
You do everything else so well, so we're going to find something. Again, at this stage here, we know we can see the lead shoulder is nowhere near that right leg,
Yeah.
and it's forward by 8.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's forward as you go into the downswing.
Yeah.
So we're going to use this now for feedback, audio feedback, to tell us whether we're doing a good job at this. So this is how simple this is. I'm literally just going to customize it. I'm going to get rid of impact. I'm going to get rid of delivery. I'm even going to get rid of half down. I only want to be interested in where your lead shoulder is at these 2 key parameters. So halfway back and then the top.
Okay.
Because they're the 2 numbers it's going to call out when we do this.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, definitely.
So back and through. Let's see what it gives you for that lead shoulder.
Hands in the middle of the camera.
All right, we're good to go. Swing Coach is ready. Okay, really good.
Lead shoulder at half back, forward by 2.
Nice.
At top, forward by 1.
So yeah, it's just forward, just by 2 and by 1 now.
Yeah.
So that's a big
Better than
difference.
10.
Exactly. So maybe on this one, just have a practice backswing, don't actually hit, so you can address the ball. So again, you're just feeling that you're loading into that right side. So good.
Okay.
Night and day, isn't it? Great drive.
Lead shoulder at half back, forward by 6. At top, forward by 3.
Okay, so what we're saying on that one is, you still didn't quite get there by
Yeah.
halfway back, but by the end of your swing, you improved it massively.
Okay.
So you went from like 10 to was that a 3 just, was it?
I think so.
So you've gone literally from going like this to this
Yeah.
at the top of your backswing.
Yeah.
So much better. We know when you do the practice swings, it's going to be easy. Let's just do another practice swing,
Yeah. Okay.
and then we'll hit another shot after that. But that's a massive improvement, yeah? As we know, it's always going to be a little bit harder when we're hitting the golf ball.
Yeah.
Very good.
It literally feels like I'm going like this.
By 1.
Lead shoulder at top was forward by 1.
Okay.
That's perfect. It's not 10. You
not
just
10.
cut a whole 0 off.
Okay.
All right, same feel on the shot. Yeah, really good. It was just out the heel, that's
I
all.
know, yeah.
Good swing.
Good swing. So
Okay.
it liked it at the halfway back
Okay.
and it liked it at the top. That's so good.
Still.
And I like what you're doing there. You're still combining the feel of what we're looking at through
Yeah.
here. And when you start marrying that up with this, I do believe that this one will be a simple one.
Okay.
This is the one that might take a little bit more time,
Yeah, I
the
agree.
shoulders and the hips. But as far as, you know, when you're doing this now, couldn't be any better at
Okay.
this stage. It really
Okay.
couldn't. So just do me a practice backswing again. So stay there. Excuse me, manhandling you. This is where you were.
Yeah.
That's where you were.
Yeah. That feels familiar.
Yeah. Okay. And ultimately from there, it's not powerless, but it's a lot less powerful than where we are now. So
Yeah.
imagine what could happen when we start really
Right.
moving, yeah?
I can actually like load up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so do that again for me. Stay there. Is that left shoulder over enough there? Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, absolutely. So good.
Okay.
Such a different backswing that is now. The most important thing now for you is just to understand that, yeah, this is how this kind of right hand and maybe left hand and arm
Yeah.
work through the hitting area.
Right.
So just walking along, walking like
will.
that is good. But then understanding that you've got the matchup drill
Yeah.
to really help you to load into that trail side. And you know exactly how to do that. You've figured out what the right leg should be doing now
Yeah.
as well. So this is all good. So look at this. S posture, pretty much gone.
Yeah.
So much better, a lot more neutral at the lower back there. And maybe the legs are a little bit too bent, but we'll look at that with
Okay.
time. I really like that. It's so much better. Better for your back and better for your golf swing, which is good.
Great.
We obviously spoke about the club face being more square at this stage
Yeah.
here. We can see it's just still a little open, but what you're doing really well is you're obviously, because of this sidearm pitch that you're feeling,
Yeah.
you're actually squaring that face up really nicely through that hitting area.
Okay.
So that's really good.
Okay.
But this is where we can see the real big difference. Let's have a look at this. If I put the backswing line on here, we know that when you were moving toward the target. Watch what happens right now. You actually move slightly away, about an inch or two of sway, which is absolutely fine at this early stage. Okay. You can see you can finish loading the backswing here at the top of the backswing. That's so good. Okay. What I see here as well is that your lead shoulder is a lot nearer the trail knee. It still maybe could go a little bit more, as we can see, but that's so much better than what it was before. Yeah. That gives you a chance from there. If you can load that trail side and release the club well, 220, 230.
Just keep going.
235. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're like a lot of golfers who come and see myself and Andy, we see golfers who are confused, working really hard, but working at the wrong things. That is why we created a Me and My Golf game assessment. It's 7 simple questions. It's going to take you 90 seconds to do. It's completely free. And what it will do is it'll help you pinpoint exactly where you're going wrong and most importantly, how to fix it. What are you waiting for? Click that link and we'll see you soon.